The following presentation may contain adult language and sexual situations. Names have been changed to protect the guilty. I was feeling good. It was the first really fine Friday of spring, cool and crisp, everything beginning to blossom. Absolutely brilliant. Work had gone very well. So well, I left early. My mom and dad were taking the kids, and I didn't even have any errands. I was looking forward to simple pleasures, soaking in the tub with a glass of wine, finishing a novel that painted the most beautiful pictures of a far-off city beside a cold northern sea, dinner with my husband, and a sweet, lazy weekend together. When I opened the door to our bedroom, shattering my heart. Sweetie, honey, I can explain. This isn't really sex. Numb with shock, I reached into my purse and turned on my phone's video camera. Because between my husband's spread legs, his jeans open at his crotch, was a slender young woman with the flawlessness of extreme youth and such sad eyes. Did he promise to pay you? Yes, ma'am. How much? $100. Pay the girl, Jim. Zipping his jeans, Jim reached for his wallet, searched through it. You don't have any cash, do you? I crossed to him, ripped it out of his hands, counting aloud. $200, you filthy rat. It had been a long time, but I hadn't forgotten being poor and hungry, and the people who helped me turn it around. So I emptied his wallet, then mine, then gave everything to the girl. She stared at me, stunned. Thank you. Grabbing the money, she violently shoved it into the pocket of her jeans before bolting out the door. I didn't blame her. I turned back to my husband. You've had your minute, Jim. Last night it was, honey, I love you. Today you made a girl into a whore in my own bedroom. Jim exploded. You're fat and ugly. I love you, but I haven't been attracted to you in years. I mean, look at you. I hate sex with you. When we even have it. All you do is come home from work, cook and eat and clean, then help the kids with their homework. You don't even take care of yourself, even though I'm the only man who would ever want to have sex with you. The truth was, between work and family, I had let myself go and been ashamed of it. Even while my husband came home from work to do nothing but eat and play video games, and now only God knew what else. Suddenly I couldn't help myself. You still get a hell of a lot more out of sex with me than I do from sex with you. So worthwhile. Despite his reaction, it wasn't worth repeating. But when I picked up the baseball bat from beneath the bed, he packed a bag, threw his house keys at my feet, and went home to his parents, ripping my beating heart right out of my chest and dragging it on the floor out the door behind him, while I broke down into ugly tears. Hi, I'm Melissa West, and over the next 6 months, I wish I could say I decided to get revenge by breaking Jim's heart, or even pulling myself together. Instead, I needed to make sure my kids and I got what we needed out of the divorce, and we did. But taking care of myself, that wasn't even on the back burner. Let's just say I gained another 30 pounds, which was absolutely devastating because, yes, of course, I stress ate, while also doing every crazy thing possible to lose weight during those 6 months, including that disgusting banana and cabbage soup diet. I even lost a few pounds each time, and then I gained them back, plus more, so fast my head spun. So if you've been through the horrible experience of counting calories, depriving yourself, exercising to hungry exhaustion, just to lose ridiculously little weight, only to regain everything and more before you can even enjoy those sexy new clothes or that hot new lingerie. It's called rebound weight gain, and it slams practically every one of us who's ever lost a pound and tried to keep it off. So you're going to want to watch this incredibly informative presentation to the end because I'm going to reveal the revolutionary new biohack that peels away the pounds, then keeps them off because it's backed by an ever larger mountain of scientific evidence that shows it works. So it's no wonder health authorities like Dr. Oz say this may very well be the key to unlocking rapid and long-term weight loss. And the New York Times, America's leading paper of record, declares a growing body of research on weight and health suggests we may be doing it all backward. Indeed, the time of the meal is more important than anything else in regulating metabolism. You heard that right, and I'll come back to it. While the American Heart Association reveals meal timing and frequency have also been linked to risk factors for heart disease and stroke, including obesity, high blood pressure, cholesterol, blood glucose levels, insulin resistance, as well as reduced insulin sensitivity in studies. In fact, the National Institute of Aging, part of the U.S. National Institutes of Health, says this one special trick can improve biomarkers of disease, reduce oxidative stress, and preserve learning and memory functioning. While the School of Gerontology at USC Davis, one of America's finest universities, bluntly reports this technique effectively treated a majority of cancers tested in animals, including cancers from human cells. Which may be why Great Britain's Daily Mail asked, "What is the best diet clock for you?" What makes this revolutionary technique so fantastic is it works even when you're sleeping, as I'll explain in just about 5 minutes. And you're even encouraged to enjoy this incredibly yummy tropical fruit that was once treasured like gold, reserved for the rich and famous celebrities of their time, which some people love almost as much as good, hot sex. Does that sound too bad? I didn't think so either. And I'm not alone. No wonder it's taking America by storm. And now you, too, can use it to do what I did and go from this to this, dropping 85 pounds in a ridiculously easy 7 months. Even better, not only does this extremely weird technique work for practically everyone, practically every time. Like Amy Johnson from Grand Rapids, Michigan, who calls super sexy weight loss the easiest way to lose weight ever. And it's second nature after just a few weeks. You don't even think about it. And Dan Wilson of Peoria, Illinois, who says, "With super sexy weight loss, I didn't count carbs or have to worry about good and bad foods. Didn't have to think about exercising. Just did what I enjoyed. And best of all, no weird, expensive ingredients. My fiancé and I both say, Amen, Melissa." You see, the day it all changed, I was officially obese and my blood sugars and pressure were dangerously high. My doctor, who had poked and prodded me and drawn more blood from me than a vampire to make sure I didn't have any underlying health problem, was begging me to lose weight. And even that didn't worry me like it should have. No. What got to me was staggering downstairs late on a Saturday morning because my kids knew I needed to sleep in, to find my 2 beautiful children had set the table for breakfast, even made coffee, and put all my prescriptions out in front of my plate. Brian, who was 13, looked at me solemn as an owl through his glasses. "Mama, Cicely and I know Dad's a rat daddy. So," he counted on his fingers, "1, we love you, so you're not allowed to die," he told me. 2, if you die, Brian and me, we're orphans. So you can't die." Cicely, my 11-year-old, piped up, 3. She trailed off, and I could see the fear on her face. And Brian said, "We love you, so you can't die, and that's just that." I looked at my 2 children, both of them hurting like I was, and gathered them into my arms and kissed them and decided, yes, it's time. Time to break the rat's heart, then stomp on it. Yes, for breaking mine, but also for breaking theirs. And with theirs, mine all over again. "But how?" I heard myself ask aloud. "Mama," they both said very firmly, then spoke back and forth. "There's this thing called Google. Duh. We know this is a change. We're with you. We found a lady. She can help you. Here in town." Whew, boy, did she ever. I'm not ashamed to tell you, I was scared and embarrassed to walk into her gym. The only thing that gave me the guts to do it was her before picture, taken when she was 49, which was a heck of a lot older than me. That's right, because Madame Cordelia wasn't some skinny 20-year-old who'd never had kids. She was a 72-year-old great-grandmother who had 4 kids of her own. Her hair was thick and silver. She looked fantastic in her leggings and sports top, like a fit, fabulous 40-something. Except I didn't know any 40-something women who looked half as good, or even any 30-somethings. The guys and gals in the gym, old and young, practically worshipped her because, oh my gosh, she was lean and slender and elegant and sexy, and showing them how to look just as fantastic as she did. Maybe there's hope for the rest of us, I wondered. Well, yes, there is, because I think you're going to be shocked and delighted to realize you have the exact same sexy genes she does. All you have to do is turn them on, because those genes are inside each of us. And when she told me that, all my worries vanished. So would you do me a favor? Imagine how wonderful you'll feel when you turn on your good genes, and they liberate your own beautiful body already inside you, setting you free from the fat currently imprisoning you. In her tiny office, I told Madame Cordelia, I want to do this for my kids. I know I should set a good example for them, but I just want to humiliate him. I don't want him to even recognize me the next time he sees me. She smiled and said, You can do that, except he'll recognize you. I was so disappointed, until Madame Cordelia said, He'll recognize you all right. He'll realize the sexy young woman he married is sexier than ever, while he is still himself. And that's a fantastic example for your kids, too. For the first time in months, I smiled. However, when I told her I knew I had to starve myself and work out like crazy, and I was willing to do it because it would so be worth it, she said, There are 3 mistakes everyone who's really ready to lose weight makes, and I don't want you to make them. So I want you to follow these 3 secrets. Here it comes, I thought. Anything, I said. I'll do anything. Well, prepared to be infuriated by the 3 colossal lies that make and keep us fat, and amazed by the 3 secrets that free us from that fat. Now, lie number 3 isn't the biggest one, but it kills people, and there's a lot of money behind it. So, lie number 3 is, you can be healthy at any size. No way. Sure, it sounds reasonable, because you have a healthy range where you look good and feel good. But 70% of us, that's right, 7 out of 10 Americans are way heavier than their healthy range. So heavy, they're officially overweight or obese. And if you're not already, you're probably wondering when you will be. And being overweight or obese just hurts you physically, no matter how metabolically healthy you are, even though big food has spent a vast fortune lying to you. Because that extra weight will crush your metabolism and your spirit, while grinding your joints into each other every step you take. Think about it. 10 extra pounds may be only 40 sticks of butter. However, 30 pounds is a really big bag of cat food. 50 pounds is one of those big sacks of dog food you buy in the supermarket. And 80 pounds? That's a bag of grain at your local feed store that you carry everywhere with you every second of every day, and that suffocates you when you sleep, so you wake up gasping for air. Which is why healthy at any size is a lie that ultimately wrecks your health and spirit while causing serious, even permanent damage. Do you want that for yourself? Well, because I respect your time, if you do, you should leave this right now. Unfortunately, by the time you realize healthy at any size is a lie, you can be pretty desperate to feel good again. So you're likely to try some pretty intense exercises. So weight loss secret number 3 was, go easy on the exercise until you're feeling better about yourself, and find something you really love doing. When Madame Cordelia told me this, my jaw must have hit the floor because I had always thought crazy intense exercise equals weight loss, until she told me that there was hardcore science about how to melt the fat away without suffering. Would you take a few seconds to let that sink in? And imagine how good you'll feel and how sexy you'll look watching the pounds melt away without having to suffer at the gym. Unless you enjoy suffering. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Because Sean M. Talbot, Ph.D., nutritional biochemist and former director of the University of Utah Nutrition Clinic, has just published what's called a meta-analysis, or study of 700 studies, showing that people who dieted without exercising for 15 weeks lost 23 pounds. The exercisers lost only 6 over about 21 weeks. Whoa! More than double your weight loss by not exercising or depriving yourself. Because we're at lie number 2. This one's tricky. You've probably heard what you eat is the key to weight loss, while eating too much keeps you from losing weight. Well, that's half true, but only half. Because you've also probably heard, starve yourself after breakfast, because breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Now you're about to discover the whole truth. Breakfast really is the most important meal of the day for the food corporations. You see, most of the world doesn't eat sweet breakfasts. It eats savory ones, like cold cuts and mustard, or smoked salmon and tangy cheese on hearty breads, accompanied by yummy veggies like cucumbers or tomatoes in Central Europe, or the dumpling stuffed with meats, fish, or veggies that the Chinese call dim sum, and soup. However, in his brilliant expose of the processed food industry, Salt, Sugar, Fat, Pulitzer Prize-winning investigative journalist Michael Moss reveals that since the late 1940s, we've been conditioned to eat super-sweet, sugar-laden foods for breakfast, foods other cultures would consider dessert. Why sugar? Well, it's cheap and we naturally love the taste. And both these things are important to a company's bottom line. However, even more important is, sugar gives you a rush of instant energy and triggers massive insulin production, pulling all that sugar out of your bloodstream and locking it away in your fat cells. So you crave even more sugar just to feel halfway decent, triggering a day-long cycle of sugar rushes and crashes, fueled by all the sugar-laden snack foods within our easy reach. So, how much sugar do we eat? According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the average American eats 128.9 pounds of added sugar a year, nearly 3/4 of a cup of pure added sugar each and every day, while the refined carbs your body rapidly metabolizes as sugar are extra. This is why 7 out of 10 Americans are either overweight or obese. So it's no wonder we're suffering skyrocketing rates of diabetes. And diabetes doubles your risk of death from heart disease, #1 killer of Americans, dramatically elevates your risks of developing cancer, the #2 killer of Americans, and also doubles your risk of Alzheimer's, the #6 killer of Americans. Is that any way to look sleek and sexy while feeling fantastic? If you said probably not, you're definitely right. The truth is, you have to eat breakfast, break your overnight fast, sometime. However, when depends on you. If you're comfortable eating at 6 a.m., then that's when you should eat. If you can't look at food before 10 a.m. or even noon, that's okay too. Just whenever you eat breakfast, eat real foods that feed you, your body, and your brain, not your fat cells, which is why secret #2 is so delightful. It bans starvation and deprivation, because although when you eat matters, what you eat matters almost as much, which is when my eyes nearly popped out of my head, because Madame Cordelia pulled my absolute weakness, an exotic fruit out of a drawer, one you too may be completely unable to resist, and put it on her desk in front of me and told me, when you eat this at the right time, it can help you lose 2.5 times the weight as a woman who doesn't. If that sounds too good to be true, it's been verified by Dr. Daniela Jakubowicz. She's a researcher at world-renowned Tel Aviv University who studies how deprivation affects weight loss. Shockingly, she found deprivation practically guarantees weight gain. In fact, the women in her studies who ate goodies like the one most of us crave like crazy got healthier, lost more belly fat, and shed up to 2.5 times more weight than those who didn't. Magic? No. Just pure, sexy as hell science. Because when you don't deprive yourself, you don't get frustrated. And frustration plus deprivation plus hunger equals binge eating plus guilt plus rebound weight gain. When Madame Cordelia told me that, I did the math. I needed to lose a good 84 pounds, and I realized that if it would normally take me nearly 2 years if I was really strict with myself, I could lose it all in just 7 months if I strategically enjoyed my sweeter-than-sex sinful treat. So I decided to have some of what she was having. And of course, when you shed that weight, you can also shed a heck of a lot more, because when you melt the pounds away, you also naturally turn on your good genes and turn off your bad genes. The closest you can possibly come to turning back the hands of time, empowering your own super sexy and sleek body to reveal itself again, or maybe for the first time ever. Because how fast you age is governed by the length of your telomeres, the nucleotide chains at the end of your chromosomes that protect those chromosomes. While a vital yet almost secret study in the prestigious journal Current Opinion in Clinical Nutrition and Metabolic Care reveals, your lifestyle and diet can change how fast your telomeres shorten. And the slower they shorten, the slower you age. So if you're not ready to join people like Madame Cordelia and me, and the hundreds of thousands of other people who have taken control of their weight and health, if you're not ready to free your own super sexy body from the fat imprisoning you, run away now. Before I bust lie number 1, so you can look and feel as sexy as you really are deep down inside. Because this is the big one. See, you already know from lie number 2 that big food uses sugar to send your metabolism on a sugar-craving binge. In fact, according to Dr. Robert Lustig, professor of pediatrics at University of California, San Francisco, one of America's great universities, and himself a leading expert in how sugar drives both diabetes and obesity in children, the food industry has contaminated the American food supply with added sugar to sell more product, and thereby uphold their Wall Street mandate to increase profits. Of the 600,000 food items in the American grocery store, 80% have been spiked with added sugar, and the industry uses 56 other names for sugar on the label. They know when they add sugar, you buy more, and because you do not know you're buying it, you buy even more. Which means the more sugar you eat, the more money the food corporations make. The joint pain and the diabetes, the heart disease and cancer, the terrifying reality of Alzheimer's, the depression and the soul-crushing burden of carrying around more and even more weight, they're your problems. The corporations get to laugh all the way to the bank. In fact, the direct medical cost of diabetes alone were $245 billion a year in 2013. So you know they've gone up since then. Because the big secret is, when you're constantly snacking, you're also totally disrupting your body's ability to burn your stored fat for fuel. When you take even a short break from snacking, your body automatically begins burning fat. That's right. Your body is genetically programmed to easily burn fat for fuel. Now, here's the crazy thing. You probably want more energy, because who doesn't? However, sugar and refined carbs make you jittery and nervous and often cause muscle aches and pains, wrecking your sleep, so you don't have a chance to recharge for the day ahead. Now, you may wonder, why is sleep so important for weight loss? Because bad sleep is an ancient sign of stress, and the worst stressor in our past was not enough food. So your body naturally pumps out cortisol, triggering binge eating, along with ghrelin, a hormone that tells you eat now, eat all the things right now. At the same time, bad sleep puts the brakes on your production of thyroid-stimulating hormone, so you just don't have enough energy, and limits your leptin production, which is important because leptin tells you when you're full and turns off your appetite. So as crazy as it sounds, when you eat more at the right time and less at the wrong time, you don't go hungry, because your body can use that food for fuel rather than locking it away as fat so you can't use it. So what's the bad part? Well, just like me, you may think this is some kind of magic. Again, no way. Pure science. The simple, convenient, tasty science of eating the right foods and your favorite naughty treats, because everyone needs treats, all at the right time. So you look super sexy. And because, of course, you want to enjoy your fabulous life in your fabulous new body, You'll be thrilled to discover that eating the right foods at the right time does more than just rev your metabolism so you can burn fat and always feel full. It accelerates your body's ability to devour dead and dying cells, which, I get it, sounds gross. However, this incredible natural process eliminates tiny problems before they become big ones. Think of melting plaque out of your arteries before it clogs them, or destroying precancerous cells throughout your body before they can grow into real cancers, while your body burns these cells for even more energy. Accelerating healthy cell growth, healing the damage from the toxins and pollutants that bombard you every day, and slowing your normal aging process to a crawl. This is the real fountain of youth, already coded in your genes, just waiting for you to release it. And listening to Madame Cordelia, studying her clear eyes and fine skin, feeling the flow of abundant energy radiating from her, it was crystal clear. She wasn't depriving herself of anything. She had simply turned on her good genes and showed her clients how to do the same. And now you can too, just like me. Because this isn't a diet and it's not exercise. It's simply treating your body right, spoiling yourself with great food so you can look and feel as fantastically sexy and energetic as you want to. Would you take a moment to imagine what that would mean to you? The things you'd do, the clothes you'd wear, where you'd go, and how good you'd feel about meeting your goals. Because that can be your reality starting today. Now think how much you'll enjoy ending the first meal of your day with the sweet treat you absolutely crave, because this calms cravings all day long. And you'll be shocked to realize, and thanks to Madame Cordelia's program, there was. No morning rush making me and my kids crazy. Then when I broke my fast, sure enough, just like Madame Cordelia said, I was satisfied all day long. Now, because I begged her, Madame Cordelia gave me a simple 1-minute belly fat buster that I did just after I got up and just before I went to sleep. First thing I noticed was the back pain that had deviled me for years packed up and left. I dropped 3 pounds the first week. Oh my goodness! I was shocked, which was great, especially when I realized my pants were looser. Imagine how you'll feel when those pants that were too tight for you just feel right, then loose, and looser still. Especially if, like me, for years and years on end, you've been buying larger and larger and less sexy clothes. Then when I had dropped 10 pounds and needed to change into my next size smaller pants, I woke up feeling very strange. Finally, I realized my usual morning head and neck aches were gone. And then, when I looked in the mirror, I saw my waist had reappeared. Would you be sad if your belly fat melted away to become boundless energy for you? Or disappointed when the circles under your eyes lighten? Or your double chin disappears? And your cheekbones reappear? Or have an experience like I did, when just a few weeks later, on Thanksgiving Day, instead of lapsing into a food coma after a small feast, including caramel pumpkin pie with a perfectly flaky crust and real whipped cream, I did something I hadn't done in years. Because I was feeling fantastic about me, the kids, our life. See, I'd always loved riding a bike, so I always made sure my kids had them. But unfortunately, I had stopped when Jim rode with me less and less. And then the embarrassing thought of anyone seeing me in some shorts or tights was, it ain't going to happen. That day, those thoughts vanished. I had my old bike checked over, so I took a spin with my kids. The 3 of us whooping and cheering and racing through the quiet streets, red-faced in the cold autumn wind that flowed over us, laughing and cheering each other. And I felt the years falling away from me, just like the pounds. I am sure you have your own memories just waiting for you to live them again with those you love. The glow of that pure happiness was still on me at a Christmas party a few weeks later, when I started talking with a guy I'd known for a long time, a little shy and clearly plumper than he wanted to be, a widower whom I'd always simply liked and enjoyed being around. When he looked into my eyes for a few seconds, smiling, and said, "Please don't be offended, but you're looking so much happier. Honestly, you look fantastic." I smiled back. And then, as our eye contact and smiles deepened, I felt a glow long lost, familiar warmth shimmer up between us. Slowly, Larry and I started dating, like we were young and innocent and had never loved and lost and had all the time in the world. Going for bike rides in the snow, then coffee, then there were movies while our kids became friends, and then, when it was nearly Thanksgiving again, an intimate dinner date. And all that time, the pounds slipped off of us. Yes, this is Larry West. Then, and now. As for that intimate dinner date, well, it didn't end when Larry drove me home. And for the first time in more years than I wanted to remember, I let a man undress me with the light on, and felt like a majestic sexual goddess. All that hateful, ugly fat that dragged me down and held me back, gone, literally melted away, revealing the woman I had once been so long ago, and was again. And honestly, I was glad to leave the light on, because Larry was lithe and elegant and sweet and gentle and strong like a man should be. And it had been so long, far too long, since I had been with a man who wanted to be sexy for me. Just before Christmas, I literally almost ran into my ex at the grocery store. I turned a corner, and Jim just stood there, staring at me while I stared back. And after a few seconds of his eyes lingering on my smaller, firmer breasts, my tight, trim waist and thighs that were sleek and strong beneath my jeans, he turned away, left his cart right there in the middle of the aisle, and walked out of the store. "Well done," I heard Larry say behind me, and I just leaned my head back against his deep chest while he put his hands protectively on my shoulders. For Christmas, he gave me an engagement ring, and the Christmas after that, a wedding ring in a winter fantasy at a bed and breakfast deep in the snow-covered woods, just us, our children, our immediate families, and 2 closest friends. Small, sweet, and beautiful. Then, only a few months after our honeymoon, Madame Cordelia told me she was retiring and handed me a binder. "You're a computer guru, right? Well, the internet is still a mystery to me. So do something with this. Share it with those who want it." "Madame Cordelia, these are all your secrets," I said. "Honey, my husband and I have worked and saved and invested all our lives. So we are done. We have plenty of money, and we're going to travel and see some beautiful places and have lots of great sex in our golden years. Help those who want it. Look sexy and live happy. It's my gift to you for helping everyone I've seen you with." With that, she kissed both my cheeks and shoved me out of her studio. Kind, but firm. Because when a model who is also a bodybuilder and personal trainer decides you need to move, you move. Which is why Larry and I are proud to introduce Super Sexy Weight Loss. And you can have it all in just about 20 seconds by instant download on any computer, phone, or tablet. And you're going to love it, because it's like nothing else you've ever tried before. So if you're tired of counting calories, paying through the nose for weird-tasting diet shakes and chemical-saturated diet foods, exercising yourself to exhaustion with PX90, Insanity, Zumba, or CrossFit, or being bored silly doing yoga supposed to turn you into the lithe goddess that actually puts you to sleep. And if you're ready to simply become your own super sexy self today, go ahead and click the button below now, because when I reveal everything you're going to get, you're going to wonder why you waited so long. You see, I've used Madame Cordelia's research and experience, so you don't have to worry about what to do. It's all laid out in a plan so simple and effective. If you can read this, you can lose all the weight you want. Even better, we're all different. And Super Sexy Weight Loss understands that. You can eat anything you want, whenever you want, if you eat it in the right way, while losing all the weight you want without punishing exercise, just like Larry and I and countless other people around the world have who have used this exact same technique. Now, it's a simple fact that too many weight loss plans throw you into a deep end to either sink or swim. And then, when most people sink, they think it's their fault. Well, it's not, and you deserve better. So Super Sexy Weight Loss guarantees you a smooth, simple transition from your current routine to turbocharged fat burning. Each phase resets your metabolism one level at a time so you enjoy pure progress. And you'll learn the unsung exercise secret that gives you the fantastic, super sexy body you want, whether you're a guy or a gal. This is pure gold, and it's safe for everyone. A good personal trainer will charge you about $100 for this section alone. You'll experience whole body regeneration, thanks to the healing power of food. This is the secret to eating as much as you want without counting calories, so you never go hungry or feel deprived, while still losing weight. Because whole body regeneration is also the secret to looking young at any age. That's right, nothing else affects how your body handles the stress and strains of aging, for better or worse, as much as food does. Eating the right foods practically resets your biological clock so your skin is smooth and supple, your hair is shiny and thick, your nails are healthy and strong. Eating the wrong foods is a fast track to looking and feeling years, even decades older than you really are. And while I know it sounds like magic, and it sure feels like that sometimes, that's only because great food provides essential elements to nourish every cell in your body, as well as a foolproof way to avoid all those chemicals added because they make your metabolism crazy. That's another $150 a registered dietitian will charge you. And then you'll slash through the hype of a multi-billion-dollar industry that thrives on customer confusion to discover the truths about superfoods, thanks to superfoods for dramatic weight loss. Because as fantastic as exercise is, what you eat is even more important. The fact is, superfoods are extraordinarily rich in the nutrients you need to nourish your bones and muscles, your blood, and even your brain. Superfoods supercharge your fat-burning metabolism, so when you eat a diet rich in them, including one the ancient Aztecs called the food of the gods for its deep, seductive flavor. That's right, rich, dark chocolate, packed with heart-protective phytonutrients, including the rare polyphenols so important for anti-aging. You can also strategically indulge in all your favorite decadent delights to accelerate your fat-burning progress. How cool is that? And I know for a fact that any nutritionist worth her salt will charge you at least $47 for superfoods for dramatic weight loss. Wow! We're at $297 worth of incredible value. And there's more because I've got 3 fabulous free bonuses for you if you act fast. And don't worry, you won't pay $297 or anything close to that, simply because I want everyone who needs to lose weight to be able to afford this fantastically effective program so they can finally say farewell to all that ugly fat they're carrying around. And that's before we even get to those very special bonuses. Bonus number 3. Yes, I'm saving the best for last, but this one's exceptional all by itself. The 3-day sugar detox. Jumpstart your metabolism by cleansing yourself from the #1 calorie that drives our modern epidemics of overweight and obesity. Do this and weight loss becomes incredibly easy, almost effortless. And if you're wondering, because most people do, yes, you can still enjoy your favorite sweet treats even after you've detoxed. Because this isn't all or nothing. This is resetting your body to a healthy baseline so you can get shredded super fast. And it's valued at another $47. Bonus number 2, the truth about gluten. The good, the bad, and the ugly about America's hottest diet trend. The good news? If you're sensitive to or intolerant of gluten, it's never been easier to eat gluten-free, dramatically improving your health, making your bones stronger, and slashing your risk of cancer. The bad? All too often, gluten-free is a marketing gimmick slapped on to justify a higher price. And even worse, some gluten-free foods are just so plain awful, you might as well eat sugar straight from the bowl. The ugly? All the health problems that come along with eating a boatload of pure sugar. So you'll discover how to enjoy the good, avoid the bad, and banish the ugly. Valued at $57. And bonus number 1? The one thing most women, and a shocking number of men, want to get rid of? That ugly, cottage cheesy cellulite and literally deadly belly fat. Cellulite Destroyer will melt that fat off your hips and thighs and rear, while sucking out belly fat like you had liposuction, except without the pain, discomfort, and expense. So you can enjoy sexy, baby-smooth skin and long, lean, toned legs. An incredible $97 value. Making super sexy weight loss a terrific $498 value. And although I think you would probably agree, I should charge $197 for this entire package, an incredible 60% discount from its true value, I won't do that. Not now. Not yet. I'll maintain this low introductory price for as long as I can. In fact, I won't even charge you $97. For a very limited time only, you can get super sexy weight loss at a fantastic introductory price of just $37. A tremendous value at 96% off. But only here. Not on Amazon or the dark web or even in a doctor's office or hospital. Because the established conventional wisdom hasn't caught up with a growing body of revolutionary science, backed by the ancient wisdom of our ancestors. And I'm going to let you enjoy super sexy weight loss completely risk-free. That's right. I assume all the risk so you don't have to. You have 60 days to enjoy super sexy weight loss, and if you aren't totally thrilled by how much sexier you look and feel, I'll give you a complete 100% refund. No questions asked. Just email me at support@supersexyweightloss.com. And don't worry, that email and all our other contact information will be on your receipt. Do you know of any other way to make it fairer than that? I certainly can't think of one. So if you're ready to have the super sexy body you've always wanted for an absolutely tiny investment, go ahead and grab super sexy weight loss right now so you can start loving the way you look and feel about yourself today, while wearing the sexy clothes you love, enjoying the admiration and, yes, respect of those who love you, especially that special someone who means the world to you. And if you're ready to savor the envy, even inflict some justified humiliation on those who want you to be unhappy, unhealthy, and unattractive so they can feel better about themselves, I'm sure you know someone like that. Join all of us who have gone super sexy and click the button below now. Because when popular newspapers from the Daily Mail to the New York Times, when famous medical journalists like Dr. Oz and expert researchers at great universities like Dr. Jakubowicz all say the same technique can transform your body, when working mothers like Diana M. from Boston, who lost 43 pounds and no longer needs a knee replacement, grandmothers like Julie S. from Chicago, who totally reversed her diabetes and dropped 37 pounds as well, me and my husband Larry lost a whopping 200 pounds between us, when Sean M. from Indianapolis shed 40 pounds, David E. and his wife from Louisville, between them, lost a fantastic 101 pounds. And the people you've already heard from have used this exact same technique to actually transform themselves. You can too. So go ahead, click the button below to get super sexy weight loss right now and start getting super sexy today. Because it's your choice. You're at a crossroads right now. So, can I get really real? Yeah, we're all adults here. So we know it's important to be healthy for ourselves and the people who love us. And it's important to have energy so we can do the things we want to do with them, as well as do all the stuff we have to. And yes, we want to feel physically good, and weight loss helps with all those things. That's like eating healthy, nourishing food that also tastes really great. But we all want dessert too. And dessert is, whether we're guys or gals, we all want to look sexy and feel fantastic. Maybe we've got an interview or a presentation coming up, and we want to know we look good and professional. Or we want to go clubbing with our pals and flaunt the sexy. Or we want to feel and look totally hot for some passionate, sexy times with our special sweetie, who definitely wants to be super sexy for us. And that ain't vain. That's natural and healthy and just plain right. And that body, that person, is already inside you, ready to be set free. And deep down inside yourself, you know it, and you're ready to do it, or you wouldn't be here. So go ahead and click the button below right now, because all the people you've seen here today, they're not accidents. They're proof this works. Better than anything you've ever tried before, even if you think you've tried it all. And even if you're one of those very rare people for whom it doesn't work, due to mysterious metabolic quirks, or even if you just hate my layout, you're completely protected by my 60-day, no questions asked, 100% money-back guarantee. So click the button below, because the only thing you can lose is that fat that hurts you and crushes your spirit and your body and makes you feel totally unsexy. Or walk away, because you can keep on doing the things you've been doing that have brought you here, unhappy, maybe even hating how you look and feel. You can keep on spending good money on bad stuff designed to keep you desperate, while the pounds keep piling on and the medical bills keep mounting up, hoping that somehow doing the same thing will yield different results. And you know what the shrinks call that? Insanity, and not the good kind. Or you can enjoy the metabolic supercharge that comes with eating great foods in the right ways at the right times to enjoy super sexy weight loss today. Start loving how you look and feel right now. Click the button below right now so you can get started on your new body, your new look, and your new life today. Still with me? You may have a few questions, so I'll answer the most common ones. Are the foods in Super Sexy Weight Loss easy to find and inexpensive? Absolutely. Super Sexy Weight Loss is designed for real people on real budgets. I don't like to cook, or I'm a bad cook. Can I do Super Sexy Weight Loss? Absolutely. The recipes are simple, easy, and fast, and you don't have to cook at all if you don't want to. Are you really sure I don't need to deprive myself? Absolutely. Deprivation and starvation simply cause rebound weight gain. Because this program is based on proven science, you don't have to suffer to look great and be healthy. Is Super Sexy Weight Loss for me even if I have a health problem like heart disease or diabetes? Totally. Of course, you should always consult your medical professional before starting any weight loss or exercise program. But this is not an extreme or radical program. Do you charge me a monthly payment? No way. You will be charged once only. How safe is my financial information? Completely. ClickBank uses the most secure technology available to process your payment information. Is my purchase guaranteed? Absolutely. Try Super Sexy Weight Loss for 60 days. If for any reason at all within those 60 days you are unhappy with it, please email me at support@supersexyweightloss.com so I can refund 100% of your money. No questions asked. My email and all my other contact information will be on your receipt, and I only hope that you give this revolutionary system a fair try, while your free bonuses are yours to keep. So go ahead and click the button below now, and let's get started.